What's going on, everybody? It's Jordan from Fit Grind. Are you thinking about buying an Echo bike or interested in learning more about the Echo bike? Well, if so, you're in the right spot. Today I'm going to give you my thoughts, my opinions, my full review of the Echo bike, and if you stayed at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a badass workout that you can do on the Echo bike. So, let's get it. Before we get started with the video, Fit Grind Apparel's July giveaway is the new blue men's camo shorts. There's a couple days left. You can sign up at the link in the description, fitgrindapparel.com. So if you're interested in signing up for a free pair of these boys, pause the video, go click on that link in the description, fitgrindapparel.com. You can sign up for your chance to win these. These will be launching early to mid-August, so brand new item for Fit Grind Apparel. If you want to win a free pair of these or a chance to win a free pair of these, go click that link in the description. Go check it out. All right, so with this review, we're going to start off with the pros of the Echo bike. So, a couple things that I like about the Echo bike. First thing that I really like is just the construction of this bike. If you've never been on one of these things, or if you have, you know that this thing is a beast. It's big, it's got some weight to it, it's stable. When you're on that bike, there's no movement from side to side. The quality of the build is really good on this bike. So that's a big plus for the Echo bike. The other thing that I really like about this bike is that it has a really great monitor. So the monitor is good. It's kind of similar to that Concept 2 or your Assault Fitness monitor, where it's going to track your speed, your wattage, your calories, your distance. But I think that Rogue did a really good job of designing their monitor. That's where a lot of cardio pieces either succeed or they really lack. So that's one area that I think that Rogue really did a good job with this bike, is with their monitor. It tracks everything that you want. It has a good display. You can go and set intervals. I think it's overall a really good monitor, which makes the experience on the bike just that much better. Another thing that I really like about the Rogue Echo bike is just the durability. So when you're thinking of air bikes, you're probably going to think of the Assault air bike and the Rogue Echo bike. Those are two that are very popular in a lot of CrossFit boxes or just home gyms, garage gyms in general. Those are kind of the two air bikes that are kind of top of that class. The big difference between the Rogue Echo bike and the Assault air bike is that this is a belt drive and the Assault air bike is a chain drive. So what that's going to do is this bike is going to be a lot more durable and it's going to have a lot less maintenance. And in my book, that's a huge pro. With workout equipment, we don't want to buy something that's going to take a bunch of maintenance and a bunch of upkeep. We've had these for about 2 years and they've held up great. We haven't had any maintenance on it, knock on wood. And they really are very durable. We really put them to the test, especially when you're doing sprints. When you get some strong individuals on bikes, you're gonna be putting some work in on those bikes. And if it's not durable, you're gonna have to do a lot of upkeep to stay up with that bike. So another pro, the durability of this bike, especially being in that belt drive system, it's just gonna require a lot less maintenance on that chain. And really overall, there's not a lot of maintenance to this bike. So big pro, durability. Rogue Echo bike is very durable. The last thing that I like about the bike is it's just a good looking bike. I think that Rogue did a really awesome job with designing this bike. I think it's something that you can be really proud of it in your gym or in your garage gym or wherever you're gonna have this. I think it's just a good looking bike. So overall, the design of the bike, give it a huge thumbs up. That's a huge pro in my book. So with all that said, let's get to the cons of the Echo bike. So talking about the cons of the Echo bike, and really there's not a ton, but a couple things that I'm gonna point out about this bike. This bike is not meant for long distance. So one con of this bike is that it's very singular focused and that it's gonna be used for high intensity intervals. It's gonna be used for sprints. It's gonna be used for very high anaerobic threshold work. So with that, it's not super versatile in the fact that you can do high intensity sprints with it, or you can do really long distance bikes. Now you can, you're just gonna have to really monitor that speed that you're using on the bike, but this is primarily meant for high intervals, high intensity, just getting after it, sweating, grinding through the workouts. So they can be looked at as pros. It's very singular if you're looking for something like that, but it can also be looked at a con, where if you're looking for a bike to kind of do it all, where you're doing maybe some low intensity stuff, recovery stuff, as well as your high intensity interval stuff as well, this bike really is just going to be singular. That's going to be used for your high intensity sprints. It does a very good job of that, but like I said, it's harder to do some longer distance stuff on this bike. You can. You just have to really pay attention to your speed. And with that fan being heavy, there's going to be some limitations. All right, so before I give you my final opinion and my rating of the bike, we're going to talk about the price. So the price has recently gone up in the last year of this bike, coming in at $840 on Rogue Fitness. Now with that said, I think that's kind of pretty typical for an air bike. I think that it's a great value for 840 bucks. I think you're gonna get a lot of use out of it. It's gonna last you a long time. I think it's well worth the money. And if you're buying multiple bikes, Rogue Fitness also offers a 2-pack where you can get a little bit of discount. I think it's like $16.40, so you save like 50 or 60 bucks. So if you're buying multiple bikes, that's an option too as well. But for the price, 840 bucks, it's gone up in the last year. I've seen it go as low as like 650 bucks, but I think it's gonna stay at that price for a while. So I don't think you should wait to save some money if it goes on sale. I think that 840 is here to stay for that price. It's a great value, and I don't think that's too steep of a price to pay for this bike, and this bike specifically. You're gonna get a lot of use out of it. It's gonna be super durable. It's gonna last you a long time. So my final verdict on the Echo bike. I love this bike. I think that it is awesome at what it does. I think that it's trying to set up and accomplish a bike that's trying to work on intervals. It's trying to work on high intensity, balls to the walls, high intensity workouts, sweat and grinding through a workout. This bike does that super well. The design is awesome. The monitor's really good. The belt drive system is a lot better than chain drives, where it's going to be durable. It's going to last you a long time. The price is not terribly too high for a bike of this quality. So overall, I would highly recommend this bike. If you're looking for kind of one bike to have, or just a really nice bike that you can really be proud of, I think the Rogue Echo bike is definitely your bike. Like I said, you can do some lower intensity stuff on it. You just have to be kind of careful of the speed that you start off at. And with that belt just being heavy, it's just going to take a little bit of paying attention and a lower speed than you think you need to do some lower intensity stuff. But I would highly recommend this bike. I would give this bike a solid 10 out of 10. I don't think there's really anything wrong with this bike. I don't think there's any flaws that they need to improve. I think that this bike is awesome, and really it's the best in its category. I would recommend this over an assault bike, a ZebX bike, a Schwinn bike. I think that the Rogue Echo bike does the best out of all of the air bikes. So that's my opinion on the Rogue Echo bike. Now with all that said, let's get into a badass workout that you can do on this bike. So if you like that video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss other videos like this. If you haven't already done so, go click that link in the description at FitGrinderPro.com. Like I said, we got a couple days left to sign up for a free pair of these. These are launching early August, mid-August. So send a link out for those. Click that link in the description, go win a free pair. I will catch you guys in the next one.